what NIRA has done is what we call okutugondezamu. Chiche batagonzezamu. The fact that you don't even have to travel back home for you to have an ID very soon is something that we should be very, very happy about. Another number to take keen note of, 15.8 million people have expired IDs. When I look here, I see some of the people who belong to the 15.8 million expired IDs. But don't worry, God has done a miracle. NIRA is here. So that problem is going to be solved. Please give them another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the tail end of our discussion. I covet that you grant me a little more patience. We listen to two people, and then we shall, I hope you're writing all your questions, okay? Please write down all your questions. This team that we have here is going to answer to all of them, and then after we shall go for our lunch break. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, many of you were asking, can I send money and build rentals back at home? Over sentence take mu Rolex, ntandiko tunda Rolex. For those of you who don't know, Uganda is the only country which eats its Rolexes. The rest wear their Rolexes as watches. But for us back at home, tuzirya buli. So, at this juncture, I would like to invite someone from Uganda Investment Authority to come and give us some guidance. People were complaining, okola sente nozize waka, ogendo komawo, nga gwe wazisindikira gwe wali wesize, yazirya dda. Ogendo komawo gwe wali osindise oba mukyalo oba mwami nga yazikozesa ebirala. She's here to explain to us, where can we put our money? Now that we have come and struggled from here, back when we repatriate our wealth, how can we deal with it? Ladies and gentlemen, Irene, Erinah, Toninah from Uganda Investments Authority. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Irene Sagala from Uganda Investment Authority. Your Excellencies, colleagues from Uganda, I greet you all. My Burundian counterparts from the IPA and the Higher Commission of Immigration Control, I send you greetings from Uganda. The diaspora community, I am so glad to see a huge number of you here today, listening to the different presentations, which clearly shows us that you are dedicated to developing the country and you'd like to know what you're entitled to. On behalf of Uganda Investment Authority, I would like to thank the Ugandan Embassy in Burundi. Your Excellency, this is a good job. Thank you very much for mobilizing a huge number of the diaspora community. One thing that I was afraid of before I came here, I thought we would have less than 50 people because Burundi is not very, it's not like Kenya where you walk around and find a Ugandan every minute. Yeah, so I was afraid, but when I walked in and I saw the setup, and then eventually the hall is full, I am super proud of the embassy. Thank you for the good job. The attendance here shows one thing, that you are all committed to developing the country. We appreciate that. For us who are the foot soldiers back home, we are honored when we are in such a place and we're able to talk to you about investing back home. Before I start my presentation, I would like us to imagine. First of all, before I go any further, by show of hands, who has heard of Uganda Investment Authority? I'm going to tell you why I'm asking this question. That's a small number. But when I'm done with my presentation, and the next time me or anybody else from UIA asks such a question, I would like to see a bigger number, because that will show that you know what you're entitled to, that government gives you, that government offers. So, as I'm making my presentation, I would like us to imagine a Uganda where every entrepreneur has access to resources that they need to thrive in business. What if I told you that when you invest in Uganda, your startup will yield returns and benefit both individuals and the nations? So as I'm making my presentation, kindly know that I'm swaying you to invest back home and develop the nation and make our lives and the lives of your sisters and brothers and mothers and the other relatives better. Uganda Investment Authority is a government agency that has existed since 1999. Our major mandate is to attract, promote, and retain value-adding investments in Uganda. We do this both for locals and the foreigners. So when you see the services that I'm going to project, they are not only for foreigners. They are both for Ugandans and local and the foreigners. So be rest assured that when you walk into our offices, you will have access to these services. I'll go ahead and take you through our role as Uganda Investment Authority. Like I said earlier, we promote and market investment opportunities. This we do by identifying and promoting strategic investments. We are guided now by the National Development Plan 4, but previously we were using National Development Plan 3. We also do investment facilitation. By investment facilitation, what do I mean? That when you walk into UIA, we do not only encourage you to invest, or we do not only encourage you to register your business. We have a whole department that does investment facilitation. So when you register, we give you business support. We license you. The investment license that we give you is free of charge. It can be done online. You don't need to be in Uganda to register or get your investment license. You can just log into our portal as a Ugandan living in Burundi, and it takes you, once you attach everything that we need, I'll take you through the checklist. Once you attach everything we need, you'll get your license in less than 48 hours. So we do that. We assist with government agencies. I would call ourselves Kayungirizi for the Ugandans that are here. So we link you with different government agencies like the Immigration Department, NEMA, standardization. We do all this. I'll give you more details of how we work with these different government agencies. Then aftercare services. Once you set up, we expect that you will face some challenges, which is normal for a business. So that's why we have a whole department, the aftercare department, that handholds you throughout the time that you're going to operate in Uganda. So we also do business linkages for our SMEs. We try to ensure that you have access to these multinationals that operate in Uganda. So we do the business linkages through in forums. We make sure that Ugandans support the multinationals, and also the multinationals work closely with Ugandans so that the Ugandan businesses thrive. So at Uganda Investment Authority, we have both the physical and the virtual one-stop center. I'll talk more about the one-stop center later, but the one-stop center was put in place to ease doing of business. We expect that when you walk into the Uganda Business Facilitation Center, you should be able to walk out with all the licenses. We also have a mandate of setting up, sorry about this. We have a mandate of setting up industrial parks. Government gave us a mandate of developing these industrial parks. We have a target of 25 industrial parks fully developed. The land that we give you in these industrial parks are free of charge. You just attach the necessary documents and then you have access to the land. If you need 5 acres, you apply for the 5 acres and then you tell us what you're going to do onto the 5 acres. So we make sure that water, electricity, the roads are in place to enable you do business smoothly. Why Uganda? My colleague from NIRA talked about how beautiful Uganda is. Indeed, Uganda is a beautiful country, and we can all attest to that for those who have been there, and for my fellow Ugandans that come from Uganda, you can appreciate that Uganda is actually a very beautiful country. According to global awards in the USA, Uganda is the greatest investment catalyst in the world. So we were given this award by the Rhodes Island. And then we are the 3rd most rewarding economy, according to Oxford Economics. So when you invest in Uganda, rest assured that you'll reap your returns, because we have been ranked as the 3rd best economy to invest in, the best investment destination in East Africa. In 2023, annual investment meeting in Dubai gave us that award, as Uganda being the best investment destination in Africa. And then in 2024, the same platform gave us the best investment destination in Africa. So we are proud of that as a country. Can we please clap for our beautiful country? Now, when you invest in Uganda, you are assured of one thing, that there is quota-free and tariff-free opportunities. Quota-free, I mean that there are some, when you're importing into the country, there are some goods that you're allowed to import up to a certain percentage tax-free. Then the rest you pay for. Then the tariff-free, that those goods that are completely waived of taxes. When you invest in Uganda, you are assured of 45 million people as your market. But also apart from that, us being a strategic location, most people want to look at us as a landlocked country. I don't look at us that way. We are a land-linked country. Within Uganda, you have access to the Comesa region. You have access to 300 million people in the East African region. So that is all market that you can tap into as an investor when you set up in Uganda. The African Free Continental Trade Area is also another market that you can look at, with a combined GDP of $3.4 million and 1.3 billion people. So these are the markets that we are looking at as an investor. When you come and invest in Uganda, these are the markets that you can access. We trade with the EU, anything but arms, but we also have agreements with China. Still about investing in Uganda, top 10 in industrial development according to African Development Bank. Security of personnel and your property is guaranteed. For the foreigners that, I am talking about this because I know one thing about our diaspora is that you're our mouthpiece. So when you're speaking to your foreign friends, please tell them that when they invest in Uganda, they are allowed to repatriate 100% of their profits back into their country. They are guaranteed of security when they invest in Uganda. We are the best investment destination. We are the best tourist destination according to CNN. With the nature that we have, with the culture, different cultural activities that we have, the different cultures, there is nothing that you can fail to see in Uganda. You come and then you'll have all the entertainment, the nightlife is active, the nature drives, it's unexplainable. So Uganda is a pit stop, a one-stop center for all these, for business and for pleasure. My next slide is how we support the diaspora. So we support the diaspora through the one-stop center, like I said earlier. We know that you don't have time. So when you walk into UIA, you'll be able, we have 15 agencies and we plan to have more, physically and also online. So when you walk in, we expect that you'll be able to clear your taxes, you'll be able to do your immigration, you'll be able to do land verification, to know who owns the land that you want to purchase in case it is not in the industrial park. Then utility services also available, investment licensing, the trading licensing, Kampala City Council Authority is also in the same building. Standardizations for the QMark, we have our standards agency right there. Then environmental related clearances are also handled by NEMA in one house. We also have a dedicated diaspora desk. I would like to leave you guys with 2 officers. One is Alice, she's in charge of the diaspora desk, and then Sarah Nasimbwa. I don't know if they're projecting, but you should be able to see their emails from there. So please do not get tired. Just send your emails. For us, we are very responsive when it comes to digital related inquiries. They'll be able to answer you and maybe give you the correspondence that you need. Then, to cater for the diaspora, we came up with a compendium. This compendium has over 50 business opportunities for the diaspora that you can take up. Now, these opportunities have been costed. You will not have difficulties in making the right decision. I will share with the embassy a copy of the compendium so that they can distribute to our dear diaspora. You look at them and then you decide which one you want to invest, where you want to invest. In these compendiums, the business opportunities in instant piggery, hatchery, chicken, groundnut processing. So you'll see that they are really tailor-made to cater for our Ugandans. Then we also provide opportunities for networking and knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing is very important in business. We have to agree because you learn better technology, you learn better ways of doing business. So we give you this platform for you to be able to get some knowledge from the people who have been in business for quite some time. Now, when you invest in Uganda, whether you're a Ugandan or a foreigner, there are incentives. The tax incentive, there are the tax incentives and then the non-tax incentives. The tax incentive one, you're entitled to a 10-year tax holiday if you're investing into agro-processing. Previously, I told you we have opportunities in piggery, opportunities in adding value to coffee. We know how good our coffee is doing worldwide. So we have those opportunities, and you'll be entitled to a 10-year tax holiday when you invest in agro-processing and also operating in the industrial park. Then there's also 0% import duty on plant and machinery meant for agro-processing. You just let us know on time through the Director General. You let us know what equipment you're bringing into the country before they come to the border. The mistake that most of us make is we wait until our imports are at the border, and then you're charged highly, even when there's an incentive on the machine that you're bringing. So we encourage you to let us know early. We work with our sister agency, Uganda Revenue Authority, to clear these goods before you come in. Then there's also another 10-year tax holiday for everyone who produces within Uganda and you're exporting 80% of what you're producing outside the East African region. By the East African region, I mean the eight nations that are in the East African community. So when you're exporting 80% and only selling 20% within the East African region, you get the 10-year tax holiday. You are allowed to defer VAT. Then also import duty on plant and machinery in manufacturing. You also get 0 import duty. Then the tourism sector, for our dear brothers and sisters in the tourism sector, when you're importing hotel equipment, fixtures, furnitures, you are also exempted from tax. VAT is exempted on accommodation. When you, the amount of money you collect from charging for accommodation, you're allowed to, that money is exempted from tax. That is in the tourism sector. And then also human capital development. We encourage skills development. We encourage Ugandans to have the best skills. So government allows you to deduct these costs of training when you're transferring skills to Ugandans. At the end of the year when you're filing your returns, you're allowed to deduct this specific cost for science and technology, and then also training Ugandans. Then for investors who are developing industrial parks, earlier I told you that we have the mandate of developing industrial parks, but because government doesn't have enough resources, we are partnering with the private sector. We give you the land, you develop the land into an industrial park. When you are done with developing the land into industrial park, then we attract investors into that industrial park. Now you collect the rent from the tenants. Now, the income that you derive from the rent is the one that is exempted. Please note that this only applies to industrial parks that have been developed by the private sector. The ones that have been developed by government, it's free of charge. We give you the land for free. We don't even charge you for rent. Okay? Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but those are the institutions we have now at the One-Stop Center. The One-Stop Center is in Kololo on the ground floor. The whole ground floor, when you walk in, you'll find different agencies that are situated there. And like I said earlier, it was established for both foreign and local investors. It's a first point of contact for any investor. So to avoid being duped by middlemen that we talked about earlier, please walk in. Do not allow someone to tell you that I'm going to help you with getting an investment license, when you can sit behind your computer anywhere and you get your investment license. Or if things are hard, walk into what? Into UIA. There's a young lady who sits in front at the front desk. She's very conversant with the system. She can help you upload these documents free of charge. Then it was also a potential for investors under one roof. We want to have you under one roof and not have you run to immigration, go to URA, go to NEMA. So it is one place to reduce on the time that you're going to spend. Time is money. The investment opportunities. I have given you the investment opportunities, but we have different investment opportunities in agriculture. In agriculture, you can invest in horticulture, commercial farming, coffee farming, dairy, cocoa, forestry. In manufacturing sector, we have textile, we have agro-processing, and government is encouraging manufacturing in that we are in the final stages. In some places, 5 cents per kilowatt of electricity in the industrial park have been rolled out. So we expect that in the near future, all investors in Uganda will be able to access this incentive of a subsidized cost on electricity. Then when it comes to tourism sector, I talked about our culture. There is nature tourism, the gorilla tracking, the primates, the different birds, the species. We have over 1,000 species of birds, so you can come and watch the birds. And then skills development in tourism would, with the different hotels, the 5 stars that are coming in, would want to have more skilled workers, Ugandan workers, to work in these hotels. Then in the service sector, we're talking about real estate. I know the diaspora likes real estate a lot, so it's one opportunity that you can look at. Real estate development, the healthcare service. Us being a land-linked country, we're asking ourselves these questions. Why do we have Ugandans go to India? Why don't we have all these specialized hospitals in Uganda so that we can have health tourism in Uganda from our East African counterparts? So we are looking at developing the health sector to have more specialized hospitals to cater for the East African community and also the COMESA and the rest of Africa. And then the education sector, we would like to have more universities, would like to have more tertiary institutions. So we encourage all of us to look into the education sector, given that the population is growing rapidly, so there's a gap in the education sector. And also the transport sector. Would want to have a better transport system in the country. So transport sector is also a sector that you can look at. As I'm ending my presentation, I want to call, I have a call to action. Please engage with the UIA. The personnel are very friendly, better than I am. They are very good. They'll be able to help you out. Participate in diaspora events. I know that some of you go back home during the holiday seasons. Please do not go back home and run to the villages. Take advantage of the networking opportunities and get some partners. Find business ideas within these diaspora events that are organized. I know two. One is organized by the Diaspora Network that we actively participate in. I know that even Ministry of Foreign Affairs does that. Then also utilize the One-Stop Center, please. This place was set up for you, so there is no reason why you would shy away from it. Then share the skills. Earlier on, they talked about the skills that the reason why UK and USA their remittances are higher than other countries. We would like you, with the skills, to transfer these skills, to train Ugandans, so that the Ugandans also can be like you. So we encourage you to pass on these skills. We also encourage you to explore the available investment opportunities. Please, we've had complaints from the diaspora where they send money. You send money to your relatives, and then they use the money, and the next day they're going to ask for more. So instead of sending them cash, set up a business so that they can get money out of the business. Okay? So instead of sending 50,000 every day, get money, look at the opportunities that we are sharing, and invest. They run this business can support them. Once in a while you can send, but it doesn't become like a bottomless pit where you keep dropping money and the money doesn't grow. So I would like to thank you very much for listening to me. And I hope that from here on, the next time I come back here and I ask you what Uganda Investment Authority is about, I get a bigger number of people with their hands up. Yeah, so thank you so much. I wish you the best deliberations. See you next time.
Asante sana.